So we are back. This is session 38A, and recap from last session was pretty much, I think you guys killed the King of Feathers, and that was fun. Oh, you also met an old tabaxi who wanted to kill the King of Feathers or die trying, and
turns out he accomplished both.
Yep, just kind of, I guess, the opposite order. He died trying, and you guys killed the King of Feathers, so he met his glorious end. And then you also found 3 different interesting tunnels and doors in the cliff face on the north side of the city of Omu. That you're pretty sure might be the entrance to this tomb that's under the city. I think you guys have 4 puzzle cubes. One of the doors was set up to take 9, one was set up to take 8, and there was a hallway with statues of various versions of the 9 gods that seemed to light up in correspondence to the cubes you have. And I think we left off.
And there was a secret door at the end of the hallway.
There was a secret door at the end of the hallway. Just the first of and not the last, Rio. I promise. Yeah, so I think that we left off, I think it's probably late afternoon at this point, outside that set of entrances to the tomb, and you guys are kind of by the north cliff walls of the city of Omu.
I think we were going to go back into the buildings around over here and look for a place to take shelter for the evening.
That sounds right. Were you looking, or had you just picked a place? I can't remember.
I don't think we picked a place.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think. Any questions from anyone?
I thought we had decided, because we didn't even mean to stop up here, and I thought we were gonna like come down and check out that one, and then I thought it was that one, and then that one. That's what I remembered, and then we'll work our way over to where we saw people fall off the cliff.
Right. I just thought we were going to hit here and here first, and somewhere along the way in here find a building that looked to be in decent condition to rest for the night.
Well, regardless of what you intended to do, what would you like to do now?
Well, I mean, we can't get into the tomb, so we need to go somewhere.
Right. Well, ultimately, we need to keep collecting the different cubes.
Right.
I think. So I guess, I mean, why don't we just keep knocking them off? We've been doing a good job with it so far.
Hey, Grim.
Yeah?
How do I update my character again?
If you're updating gear and stuff, put it in D&D Beyond.
I did that.
And then on your character sheet in the game, so in Foundry, there's a little D&D Beyond button. And if you click that, it should bring up a little import window, and then just hit Start Import at the bottom.
Oh, okay, got it.
And if it gives a weird error message, let me know, because he updates the code every month. So if I need to quickly go over to Patreon and update my code, I can do that. Because I usually only find that out when we try to update.
It's just not, because I just did the import. Oh, never mind. Okay, never never mind. I think Alex just figured it out.
Cool. Is this the right book? Yes. Oh my god, this book is almost full. Why did I open it? I don't know why I opened it. Oh, I was double checking. Yeah, you have Kubizan, Shigambi, Aijin, and Wongo. Cool. Those are the cubes you have. Okay. So do you want to head south or do you want to head easterly?
I was thinking south on the same side of the road for now. Is everybody else okay with that?
Yes.
Cool. So I'm just gonna
Alex said sure.
move you there. Somebody roll me a D100.
All of us.
I'm gonna go with Alex because she hasn't played in a while. So we'll just go with that. So that courtyard that you're in, or as you approach it, I'm just going to preface this. You guys have rolled in the 40s a lot, which is interesting. Anyway, that has 2 of those big assassin vines. You can make them out from, because it's an open courtyard and you can see them. How's that for fantastic narration to start the game?
See, now we should kill him because he was saying that we were pussies last week.
Wait, Ray, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can now.
Cool.
Do you guys want to engage with the vines or do you want to move on?
How hurt am I?
Do we have like 10 minutes to move on to something else, or are we like trying
Do we have
to
10
truck
minutes
it?
so Alex can find a steed?
I mean, if you want to take 10 minutes, you can certainly.
And kind of what does it look like around us right now?
So there's the courtyard that you're looking at, obviously. I mean, so just in a general sense, you guys have run into various things in the city, but most of them have been, I think, in what you've experienced so far, it's mostly been plants and spiders and other gnarly things inside buildings. I think at this point you know that there are Yuanti here because you've encountered one group of them. You know Valindra Shadow Mantle is the last you saw her, which was about. That was actually this morning, probably. Kind of was in that mansion to the west.
Wait, what did she remember? What did she say? Who is that person?
The lady whose place you stayed in?
Never mind, I remember now.
Okay. But as far as like, I guess just like things that you're aware of, like you know somewhere there's red wizards, you know there are Yuanti, although you have made contact with them. And most of the other threats you have met in buildings are kind of contained in the buildings. So that's kind of your knowledge of what's around here. So if you want to take 10 minutes to do something that's...
We did already take a long rest after the fight with the King of Feathers, so we want to go...
Oh, you guys long rested up here, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
So you guys should all be long rested.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'm sorry, it would actually be probably about midday then, not late afternoon. I had my timeline wrong. If that makes any difference in what you want to do. So Alex, the answer to that question is if you want to take 10 minutes, you can. I just kind of laid out your situational awareness.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's what I was looking for. Well, I think Teresa also wanted to do detect magic, but she could do a ritual spell.
Just like detecting, you want to have her ritual detect magic in this
No,
area?
no. She just said that she said she could if we were waiting anyway. So I didn't know if she still wanted to do that.
Oh, hey Teresa. Sorry, I didn't hear you enter the chat. Apologies.
It's while you were gone that she came on.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, God, so many things. So I'm sorry, where... So you wanted to leave the... Okay,
No,
so let's just... I'm
okay,
backing up. So you're finding a steed, which is a spell.
Yes.
She wants to cast Detect... Teresa, you want to cast Detect Magic just in this general area? Because I think that has a range of 30 feet.
Yeah. Just in the area around us while we wait, because ritual casting is also 10 minutes.
Sure. Oh, let's see here. I don't think... Well, somebody roll a d100 for me. What steed do you want? Yeah, sure. You do detect a faint trace of there's some, maybe a magic item or scroll inside that courtyard. Kind of.
Are the vines giving off anything?
I'd say it's coming from the base of one of the vines. But you'd have to probably go, like, look. You can't necessarily see anything because of how overgrown everything is, but one of the two assassin vines you're definitely kind of picking up, I would say, like a muffled magic aura. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me.
Well, that just means that there's something inside there, and we need to burn it all before we can go inside.
Yeah, I'll go with a warhorse.
Okay, do I have a warhorse? I do! Awesome. Duplicate?
My upload keeps failing.
Your upload?
His character update.
Yeah, my character
okay.
import.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna modify this warhorse and make it Yaz's. And move it into the folder. Just to get that done. Maybe. Oh, what if I just type Yaza? That'll do it. Boom. Ownership. Zora. Owner. Save changes. Okay, hopefully you have a warhorse token you can see in the actors, and we can come to that. Let me look at your character sheet. Kellic. D&D Beyond. Start import. What were you trying to import? Sorry,
The Helm of Telepathy.
I see it in there. Can you see it now?
Yep, it just showed up.
Weird. Okay. Maybe I have to hit the button. I don't know. Cool. And then, okay, so you have found your steed. So now we have 2 paladins with steeds. Thumbs up from the paladin. Da 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 da. And then I think, Teresa, you said you want to burn down the courtyard.
Yes.
I mean, is that the best way to get a scroll? I just want to throw that out there.
Unless you want to sit here for a couple hours chopping it down.
All right. I mean, I'm not going to use the scroll, so that's.
Give me 1 second. We had serious child lunch locations. They were sitting right next to me. I don't know how. So how do you want to burn this courtyard down?
Well, let's see. You know what? The only fire spell I have is Scorching Ray, and I don't think that catches things on fire. So I'll probably have to do an AoE spell here instead. Shatter. Like right in the center of that thing where I think I saw the assassin vine energy.
Well, the assassin vines you can see clearly, so it's at the base of
Oh.
one of the assassin vines.
Well, at the base. Alright, well, let's see. I will do Shatter to try and clear out the assassin vines.
Sure. Can you link Shatter for me?
Sure.
So that does thunder damage. So that can hit one of the two of them. So you just want to target the one with the magic on it and hit it with Shatter.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, just for reference, you're about 40 feet from that vine, about 60 feet from the other. Let me see, I should have like some random map I can pull open here. Just to... Random battle map. Activate. Yay! This way I can just have some scale. There's an assassin vine. There's an assassin vine. Actor. No, I don't want to create an actor. I want actors. Which guys? Towards the bottom. Who am I missing? Sebastian and Mount.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, Cat. Okay, so I'm going to say that this is the one that's giving you that sense, the northern one. I'm going to just make sure my...
So let's be at full health.
Probably, if you long rested. I don't think you guys took any damage.
Not since the rest.
There we go. This is about right. Okay, so you'll shatter this top one. It makes a Constitution save. And it takes 18 thunder damage. This definitely gets the vine's attention, and it is going to start shambling toward you.
Oh, it can move.
They can move very slowly. So I'm going to say you guys have a round to decide kind of how you want to be positioned. This whole place is difficult terrain. And yeah, you guys have a you can kind of decide where you want to be, but the vines are going to respond to that. Because that is an attack and they're sentient.
Sentient vines. Perfect.
The elk and the warhorse will just act on the correct turns, but I'm just rolling some initiatives over in the combat tracker. So you guys all getting where you want to be?
Yep.
Oh, said it's all difficult terrain?
Yeah, this is all thick vegetation. So imagine this square is the interior of that courtyard, and it's just all overgrown. Kellic, Teddy, Yaza, can I get initiatives?
Nope, there is no combat encounter in your currently viewed scene.
Wow, that's weird. How about now?
Yeah, it says it's my turn.
There we go. So it should actually be Kellic's turn. Just because he got the highest. Oh wait, you're tied, but he's first.
Because I have a higher dexterity modifier.
Ah,
Or
is that how it is?
Initiative modifier.
Yeah. If you tie on initiative, it's whoever has the highest dexterity modifier.
Cool.
So I'll pretty much
Actually-
always win that tiebreaker.
Actually, since I read this the other day, according to 5th edition rules, the players can decide which order they want to go in when they tie. But, like all previous editions, as far as I'm aware, it's whoever has the highest modifier goes first.
Well, I like the choice. So which of y'all wants to go first?
You can go first.
Turns out I'm going first anyway.
Okay. Yaza, just point of order. Do you want to be riding your warhorse?
No, I don't think so. Well, actually, you know what? We'll try it out. Let's do that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh Jesus, you are on your warhorse. Okay.
Apparently, I don't have any inventory at all right now. Like my
What the
instant
hell?
load.
You're level 0.
Yeah, I'm level 0. I have no inventory. I have like
Try
there.
looking again.
That works.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
what
it
happened
works
there.
now.
So maybe between sessions I'll try to update Foundry and see if I'm too far behind. Anyway,
I don't know, but it's working now.
top one or bottom one? Or that one?
That one,
Cool.
also Hunter's Mark bonus
Cool.
action.
24 will hit. So that's a total of... Cool. 9 plus 13, 16. Yeah, 16 damage. My phone's beeping. Why is my phone beeping? That will hit for 7 damage. And that's the bonus attack? Yeah, so 9 damage. Okay, so what did I say? 7 plus 9 is... We'll just do 7 and 9. And you guys have lit up between the shatter and those shots. You lit up that assassin line a bit. Anything else, Kellic?
Nope, but I also can't end my turn, so...
Gotcha. Teresa, your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna get rid of this thing that's slowly crawling towards me, and I'll pepper it with my good old Eldritch Blast. And does a 13 hit it?
13 will hit
Alright.
for 6 force.
Ooh, 2 damage.
That'll certainly hit, but it's not super powerful.
And let's see, do I have any bonus actions? No, I don't. That's my turn.
Okay, Sebastian.
Charge! The elk is going to attack. Well, that's disappointing.
That will not hit.
Alright, then I will attack.
That will hit. So your elk just kind of can't move through the terrain, but your spear definitely lands twice, doing 9 and 9 damage, slicing into this vine. It is now looking good. And the bonus attack, you're not quite able to, as it writhes around, just kind of misses as the vine just ever so slightly shifts away from your spear. And then, Teddy, are you back up and running? I think he was having some internet troubles. Apparently Miami internet is not great.
Well, I mean, you probably also got the $5 bundle, so.
Could be. I don't know. I'm just gonna skip Teddy. Come back to him, I guess. Okay, he's trying to restart everything, so I'm just skipping Teddy. Which vine is this? This vine. It will slowly shift forwards. And what can it do? Nope. That vine can't do much besides kind of shuffle forwards. Making it Yaza's turn.
Is this somewhat to like scale? So, like I can't quite get to that vine. Where
Well, if you're riding your horse, the horse has a speed of 60 feet. It also...
So
yeah, I
because
forgot to
everything's
look at that.
difficult terrain, you can actually move 30 feet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So 30 feet
Yeah.
would get you...
Or the horse can dash, but then it wouldn't be able to attack once you get there.
I mean, oh, it's not doing the measurement thing. I mean, you're 31 feet from the edge of the thing, so I would say that you can get to that hex. Because of the way hex occupying works.
Okay, well then I'll go up to that one.
Cool. Can you move the horse token? Yeah. I'm gonna put you one further down, just to be technically accurate. You can also make a charge attack. So you can do trampling charge if you move 20 feet in a straight line. You get to do a hoof attack, and if it hits, then it might knock the vine prone.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Because the horse gets its own actions, so you can make that hooves attack off of the horse. Wow. The hooves definitely hit and trample through almost but not entirely shredding this vine to bits, and I guess it has to make a strength saving throw
Yeah.
to be knocked prone, which is weird, but
The vine has to get knocked down on the ground.
and so I guess I'll take it as like more of like it stuns the shredded vine, but it technically counts as prone, which means the horse could make another attack as a bonus action.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that.
At advantage, I think,
Well,
which
okay,
doesn't matter anyway. Jesus,
It could matter.
attack plus 6. Why is it adding 6 plus 4? Weird. Whatever, I'll figure that out later. Yeah, you trample that vine.
When you hit, if you hit, it's a 2d6 plus 4 with the hooves.
No, I mean the attack roll. You rolled a 12.
Yeah, why is it?
And then it's adding, so I mean, anyway.
You
There
should
you
only
go.
add plus 6.
I think I'm going to update Foundry after tonight, because I think Foundry is having a hard time. And I haven't updated it in a while, so I wonder if things are getting weird. So that is the horse's turn. Are you, Yaza, going to do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna whack it.
Well, the vine's dead, sorry.
Oh, the vine's dead. I didn't even hear that part. Well, then never mind. I guess there's no point in whacking.
Yeah, that one's dead. You have trampled it into bits.
No, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna stay on my horse. I was thinking I could dash over to the other one, but wouldn't quite.
Well, you already
make it.
attacked. Oh, you would dash?
Yeah,
I
like
don't-
me get off the horse. Anyways, I don't want to.
I don't think you could dash that far.
No, I couldn't. I could only
Yeah.
get partially there. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. So it's like, oh, that's not worth it.
Okay. Then Assassin Vine is dead. Elk doesn't count. Warhorse doesn't count. Kellic, it is your turn.
Alright, well, yeah, I'll just move Hunter's Mark. And, go back to shooting.
Okay.
Do what I do best.
That'll do 10 damage. And 7, so that's 18 damage. And that's not a number. God damn it.
I mean, on the map, it kind of just looks like it just exploded. So.
Yeah, that's not quite what happened.
It healed 0 hit points and died.
Yeah, so it took that took 18 damage. Somehow my input was not a number, but that also set it to 0. So,
That vine just went 0 to 0.
yeah. I think that moves us to Teresa's turn.
Yep, but I can't end my turn, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I will try something new. Totally dead.
You point at one creature, the sound of a dolorous bell fills the air around it. It must succeed on wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage. Okay.
Now, since it's been damaged, it should actually be 2 die 12. I don't know why I rolled a 2 die.
Oh, if it's missing any of its hit points, it should actually be 1d12 necrotic damage.
Yes.
It increases by 1 die. Okay, so I'm just going to roll my save and then I guess roll... we'll figure it out in a second.
Okay.
So it certainly sails the wisdom. Fails? Jesus.
It sails right to the bottom of the ocean on that wisdom save.
It kales the wisdom save because it's a plant. Get it?
That tail's awful, yeah.
So what did you roll here? You rolled 2d8. Oh, so just roll 2d12. Because it would take 2d12. So it'll take 13 necrotic damage. Does Toll the Dead do anything long term? No, that's Booming
No.
Blade that does that. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, yeah, because Booming Blade is the one where if you get hit and then you move, it hits you again, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so cool. I think that's the second Toll the Dead this campaign. Sebastian.
I've always had it, but I never use it.
Let's see, how far away are we? We are...
Say 55 feet.
So, the elk will dash...
Which would give you 50 feet of movement total.
Oh, right. That's
Because
so
it's
please be
difficult
short.
terrain. You didn't think I'd make it that easy for you, did you?
No,
I
of
can't
course not.
talk today.
Just move us 25 feet towards the thing, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, I'll move you. Or I won't. Who knows? Really? I'm just gonna say it gets you halfway there.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry, I clicked on it at the same time you did, and it did crazy stuff.
okay, cool. Teddy, I don't think is back yet. The Assassin Vine gets to go. Hey, I might get to do something this combat. Okay, so it is within range. It is going to cause vines to start creeping up and growing out of the ground all around you, Sebastian.
Oh no.
Because you're close enough. And that's the square, so it would turn this into difficult terrain, but since it's already difficult terrain, no difference. But you and your elk do need to make a strength saving throw as the vines try to entangle you. Oh wow, okay. The elk failed, so it is restrained.
I also failed.
You are also restrained. That is an action. Actions. Well, that's frustrating. And it is going to then shamble another 5 feet towards you. And that, I think, makes it Yaza's turn. And when I say I think it's Yaza's turn, I mean it is Yaza's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna also move.
So you can probably just get, if you move at your normal speed, you can get behind Sebastian, but you'll also end up in that entangling vine space. If you dash, you can move a total of 50, I think. Oh, 60 feet for a warhorse. Okay. So you can have 30 feet at normal, or 60 feet if the horse dashes.
Yeah, but I still can't quite get to the vine, right?
If you,
65.
yeah, you'd be 5 feet shy. If you go in a straight line, you'd also be going through those entangling vines.
Looks like 60 feet to me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you will...
It would just be a strength check to go through them?
You know what? It doesn't actually persist past the beginning, so no, you can just go through them. Never mind.
They all latched onto the elk and me.
Yeah, they don't, it lasts for a minute, but it doesn't target new creatures after the initial effect. So it's pretty much a, yeah, so you can get right over there. Cool, yep, you
I'm
can.
going then.
Your warhorse won't be able to attack though, it'll just be you.
Right there.
I'm just moving you.
So then can I attack with my longsword
Yes.
on the horse? Okay.
So basically, you and your warhorse both get separate turns. And if you're mounted on the warhorse, you just go where it goes. You can also jump off. I think the only weird thing is mounting the horse, unless you have any special abilities, would be it'd be an action to mount it.
But I was wondering, like, if I'm on the horse.
Yes, if you're
am
on
I
the
close
horse, you can
enough?
totally attack. So, like, if your horse moves normal movement, the horse can attack and move, and you can attack and move. Or if you just want to stay on the horse, you don't move, you just attack.
Yeah, I was just gonna attack.
And if you're particular about such things, I would note that the mount and you going at the same initiative is a house rule, but one that I think is necessary to make mounted combat work the way it sounds like it's supposed to work.
Yeah, we had a long discussion about this a while back, and that was what we came up with for this. So a 16 will most certainly hit for 8 damage. Do you have 2 attacks?
Yep.
And that will also certainly hit. And this vine is also starting to look pretty hacked. And I think we're back to Kellic. If you have any, do you have a bonus action? I'm gonna assume no.
No, we'll just wait for that. Yeah.
Kellic, it is your turn.
Alright, we're gonna pew pew!
This is my surprised face. Oh, that buries itself in foliage right next to the vine, not quite hitting it. That, on the other hand, hits it. Dead center. For a total of 12, 13, 17 damage. That was a nice shot, and this vine is looking almost completely chopped up. Not there yet, but almost. Anything else, Kellic?
Nope.
Teresa.
All right. Move it. It
Again.
keeps rolling 8s. I don't know how to set it to die 12. But it totally did, yeah.
Cool. Let me do the save. Was that wisdom? Yeah, wisdom. Hey, it passes.
No damage then.
No damage. Okay, so the vine writhes but does not toll its death. Not sure I understand the name of Toll the Dead. Anyway.
Because
It's
a
because
bell
of the
tolling.
sound. Yeah, it's a bell tolling.
Dong. The plant's just like, I don't understand the symbolism of a bell. Sebastian, you are restrained, as is your elk.
Is that an action to break free of the restraints?
It is a creature A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a DC 13 athletics check, freeing itself on a successful check. So yes, it is an action. The elk is free. And you also break free, both of you, kind of, I think mostly annoyed that you got restrained in the first place.
Yep. And then we'll move, I guess, up this way.
Okay. Is that... Go ahead.
Nope, I was just saying that's the turn.
Okay, Teddy's not here. Question. Does the Find Steed spell burn a spell slot?
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Awesome. Let's see what happens. Okay. You're closest, Yaza. The vine is going to try and shoot some tendril, smaller vines out and attack your warhorse. And it hits. Because the warhorse's AC is 11. So it does 11 bludgeoning damage. Is grappled. And the poison damage does not take effect now. It takes effect at the start of its turn. So the horse takes 11 damage right now from the vines and is grappled with an escape for yeah, anyway.
Even if we healed the horse, the poison will immediately kill it.
And I think...
Does it poison, or does it just straight up apply?
Does it what now?
Does it get a save against the poison?
There is no save in there. Is it not showing it? No, yeah, so it is... here, let me just... I feel like Foundry's broken tonight. Anyway, melee weapon attack +6 to hit, reach 20 feet, one creature. On hit, the target takes 2d6 + 4 bludgeoning damage and is grappled, escape DC 14. Until the grapple ends, the target is restrained and it takes 6d6 poison damage at the start of its turn. It can only constrict one target at a time, so yeah, there's no save on the poison.
Right.
Well, if the warhorse is constricted, but didn't it have to do a DC 14 save to see if it was constricted?
No, it is automatically grappled. When you're grappled, you can use an action to try and escape the grapple.
Oh, okay.
Grapple is
grapple hit.
if you know how to use it right. And it's pretty simple because grapple can let you do a lot of things to somebody if you succeed and they can't escape. Like shove them off a cliff, and other fun things. So the short answer to this is it is the end of the vine's turn, but at the beginning of your turn, Yaza, your warhorse perishes as the poison from the vines hits it. You can get it back though.
Wait, if we kill the vine before it's our turn, would
It's
it
my
save
turn
the
now.
horse?
Do you have a reaction that could in some, like... Sure, yeah, if you can do that, yes.
I mean, I don't think I can, but I was just curious if that's how it would function.
Yes, so somebody would need a reaction that could kill the vine or free the horse. And I don't think 5e has a lot of that.
Nope.
Nope. Reactions are pretty rare. Unless
Yeah.
you're like a battle master fighter or something.
Yeah. There are some spells that are reactions, but most of those are movement based, I think.
Well, shield isn't. Oh, but that's a spell.
I mean, to be fair, I wasn't thinking like, oh yeah, we'll do that. It was more just like a rules question. So
Yes, if you have some reaction that could be triggered by something on another entity's turn, you could certainly use it. You just have to make sure all the conditions are met, right?
Yeah.
I think like the big one would maybe be like somehow getting an attack of opportunity that would kill the creature. But I think reactions like that, that's more like a legendary action for a boss is really where that exists in 5th edition, and players don't get those.
well, that's the bullcrap.
I mean, I can just literally make a new steed.
Yeah.
I just got this one. I'm not trying.
I don't think that Yaza
I see
is
the
emotionally
tears.
attached to these either.
I see the
Well,
tears.
technically, the steed's not dead. It just gets sent back to whatever plane it came from.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I
like
mean, technically, her imp from Azora is still flying around. So
Belnies.
Belnice, I mean, sorry.
Oh, your that chink was also still chilling on your shoulder.
Oh, it still is.
Yep, it's just been hanging out.
Oh,
Anyway, it's your turn. I do need you to make an acrobatics check. Or I guess it's actually a dex save. Sorry, a dex save as your horse disappears from underneath you and you fall to the ground. So make a dex save. And you fall prone. So if you want to stand up, it's half your movement. Otherwise, you will.
I'll stand up.
Okay.
I'm not moving anywhere. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack it.
Cool. So it might matter in another situation, but it seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it would totally matter. It depends on what you're doing, but like this happens to not.
You
be
know,
one
like
of
if
those.
there's a T-Rex waiting for you to stand up, Arm.
Roll them attacks. Let's see if this ends the combat. What? Oh, that's okay. That's a person. That's not the cat.
Yeah, you took the cat's toy away.
Let's see. So the 19 hacks in for the 9 damage. So you take a good chunk out of the vine, and it is looking real rough. The second attack kind of glances off the bark and doesn't manage to bite in. Any bonus action?
No.
Okay. Then we are back up to cover. What just happened?
Well, you see what's gonna happen is I'm a pew, pew, pew,
And
pew,
as
pew.
as Kellic makes pew pew sounds and shoots arrows, it pins the writhing vine down into the bushes. It twitches and ceases moving, and you have solved the assassin vine puzzle by killing the assassin vines. Well done.
And I think Teresa wants to go locate whatever magical thing there is and retrieve it.
Are you there, Teresa?
Sorry, I thought it was still his turn. So going to keep on moving.
I already killed it.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
out of
you did?
combat.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna approach where I got that ping.
Yeah, so under the mound of where that first assassin vine is kind of rooted-ish into the ground, you can see there's a rotted, decayed corpse underneath it, so one of its prior prey. Roll me a D100.
Wow.
Roll again. I don't like that result.
Wow.
Okay. Let's see if one more time can do it. Hey, that's more interesting.
That's better.
You find a rust-colored bag of tricks.
Oh. Can I do a... Well, actually, do I have the...
Do you have Identify?
Let me see, I should.
Or more appropriately, do you have it prepared?
Yes, I do. I can ritual cast it.
Cool. Let's see here. So, this ordinary bag made from rust cloth appears empty. Reaching inside the bag, however, reveals the presence of a small fuzzy object. You can use the action to pull the fuzzy object from the bag and throw it up to 20 feet. When it lands, it turns into a creature you determine by rolling a d8 and consulting this table. So we'll look at that in a second. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. The creature vanishes next dawn or when it is reduced to its 0 hit points, so it lasts until morning. It is friendly to you and your companions and acts on your turn. You can use a bonus action to command how it moves and what action it takes, or to give it orders, such as attack. In the absence of orders, it acts in a fashion appropriate to its nature. Once 3 fuzzy objects have been pulled from the bag, it can't be used again until dawn. And a rust-colored bag of tricks. The animals that you have a chance of pulling out of it are a rat, an owl, a mastiff, a goat, a giant boar, a lion, or a brown bear.
Ooh, I like
This
those
is my
odds.
favorite item you've come up with.
This is where I love
And-
how everything that has happened today has been random tables. Like
And I still
everything.
have my silver coin, which, like, I like hers better.
Sorry,
So
your first 2
basically,
rolls,
I pull a stuffed animal out of the bag and throw it.
you throw a Beanie Baby at the ground and it turns into one of those creatures, and you
Yeah.
can do that 3 times a day. And I can think of many fun options for using this, so... Anyway, yeah, so I'd say, like, add it in D&D Beyond. That's probably the easiest way.
Yeah, I just did. I figured I should just edit from the end of Beyond.
Yeah, because, yeah, that's probably the safest way to do it. Because, yeah, I found a really cool magic item table. So I was like, let's just use that. Sorry, your first 2 rolls were just +1 weapons. I think everybody has one of those at this point. So I was like, do we need more +1 weapons? I don't know. Okay. So, the courtyard, having been shattered and now partially defoliated, at least of malevolent plants, is where you find yourself. And I will pull us back to the Onu map as soon as I unselect something.
I'm going to make sure to pick up all my ammunition.
I mean, I've never counted arrows before. The only one that matters
know.
is the magic arrow. Has anyone ever played a game where counting arrows mattered? Sebastian raises his hand and tells us about that time at Gen Con.
It wasn't at Gen Con. It was in Living Greyhawk. There was some sort of young adult dragon, and it was doing the dragon thing where it fly by breath weapons over and over and over again, and we shot at it until we ran out of ammunition, and then we found a way to run away.
Sounds like Skyrim, to be honest.
That sounds exactly like Skyrim. I was picturing a fight in Skyrim as he was talking about it.
Right? Like, I'm just thinking of what made me quit Skyrim on my longest playthrough, and that's pretty much it. Because I went up against, the big bad dragon at the top of the mountain, and I had been a stealth archer build, and it turns out that's the one fight where being a stealth archer doesn't do a damn thing for you, because you're on top of a mountain. Anyway, as I asked that question, Sebastian, I knew that you were going to say yes. Okay.
So yeah, what?
Yes is the answer. I knew that was going to happen. Okay, we are, you're in the courtyard, the overgrown courtyard. By my math, that burned about 18 seconds plus 10 minutes. Approximately. So it is still mid-morning using D&D time. So what would you guys like to do?
Looks like a good spot to me.
You want a long rest in the courtyard? Or
I mean,
Go down here.
Yeah, we're just poking around at buildings.
Next
okay.
building.
Cool.
Do we have another 10 minutes?
Are you summoning another steed? Well, you would have had 10 minutes while Teresa identified the bag.
She would have cast it then.
Yeah. I think the thing is to just make sure that you burn the spell slot appropriately.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Cool.
There's only one mouse
Burn
over here,
it.
so.
Well, I think the nice thing for me is that I wanted to clarify that because then for me, killing your mount is more of a resource thing than
Yeah.
it is necessarily crippling you for a period of time, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's a 2nd level spell. Okay, I feel fine.
And I want to use Divine Sense.
What are you sensing?
That's the thing that tells me whether anything is within 60 feet and not behind total cover is celestial, fiend, or undead. I want to know what creature type the steed she summoned is.
Are you summoning another warhorse?
Yeah.
I already put it on place.
Oh, yeah.
How does this work? You summon a spirit. Okay. I guess it's really up to you, Yaza. I think it would probably either be Fey or Fiend, probably, right? I think. I don't know. Oh, Fey or Fiend, yeah. Oh,
It's a celestial, fey, or fiend.
yeah. So you have to pick which kind it is. Because I think Sebastian is trying to figure out information about you via what you summon.
Exactly.
I didn't even think about it. I just been thinking about it. I was like, I should just do this. But think more about it than Warhorse. I have an initial thought, but
I mean, would your gut reaction to be to summon the warhorse from your source of power?
I mean, see, that's where I'm like, even though that would be my gut, I don't know that Yaza would actually do that because of who Yaza is and what she's doing.
What's Yaza's intelligence?
I don't think it's super high. I think it's higher than Valnice.
Well, I mean,
Let's
that's
see.
not
Yaza
saying a lot.
has an intelligence of 12.
12.
So here's what I
You're
like to
smarter
do
than
when I'm a player, is I like to roll against. I either roll over or under one of my stats to decide how to roleplay something if I can't decide personally how to do it, or I think
Okay.
I'm metagaming. So I would just say, like, make a roll to decide if you're smart enough to, like, if you're. Sorry, this is me like being metagaming, but like if you're smart enough to know that you should hide. Like, would you summon a fiendish horse or would you not? Does that make sense?
Yes, she would.
Yeah, that's
You-
it. I'm.
Her
Summoning
mount
it.
is fiendish, Sebastian.
Interesting.
You know, the tiefling. That. Anyway,
Shocker.
right. Anyway, yes, it is fiendish. There you go.
Cool. Good to know.
Okay, so y'all wanted
Okay,
to.
thanks. Because I like that. You're right. It's like, I don't know. Because I was like, well, what would she do? And it's like, yeah.
There's just a whiff of brimstone as it comes out.
Exactly.
Yeah, not hiding it at all.
It's like, wow, horse has got some kicking breath.
It's like a warhorse. It's like having a little bit of fire out of its nostrils and shit. Like,
Right, yeah.
oh, I wonder if it's a fiend.
Can we upgrade this to summon a nightmare later? God, that would
Absolutely.
be cool.
It's a nightmare light.
Yeah. It's just a night disturbance.
There's
A night
a
annoyance.
higher level version of the spell.
So,
at, like,
Kellic,
level-
go ahead. Is
I was just saying there's a Find Greater Steed is a 4th level spell that I don't think we can cast until 13th level. Yeah, that's right.
be a while, yeah. Cool. Well, when y'all start summoning
Are we even
hippogriffs
gonna get to 13th level in this campaign?
in In Tomb of Annihilation, not likely. What we do after the tomb.
Oh, are we gonna just continue on?
Well, I think my plan is once we get to the end of the campaign, is to kind of maybe take a session to just talk about what we want to do next.
Okay.
So I have some ideas of like, yeah, do we want to keep going? I might ask some general questions about what kind of game we want to run.
Sure.
You know, because like I'm curious to see how Fithy handles once it gets close to its engine limit. I'm just kind of curious what happens when we get up to like 16, 17, and I've got some material. So anyway, yeah, my plan is to keep going one way or another.
Okay.
Somehow, as long as people want to keep playing, I'm going to keep running something.
Yeah, because when you mentioned, well, when Sebastian mentioned 13th level, I was like, are we even ever gonna get there?
Oh, it's worth noting, since we're talking about other stuff, if you haven't already, think about what you want level 8 to look like. Because when we hit a certain point, I'm just going to say, y'all are level 8. And that may happen in the middle of a session. Just 'cause. And it will happen somewhere in Omu. So, I don't think we're there tonight, but it can certainly be coming up in the very near future.
You don't think?
I don't think.
Or we aren't.
Tonight?
Yes.
I don't know. We've got an hour and a half left before I'm going to stop running the game, and
let's keep going then.
Really, let's do it. Yeah. So, somebody roll a D100 for that next courtyard.
Better start kicking.
Let's see. A 63 is so that courtyard is full of a thick blue mist, and you see a few vague figures within it kind of moving about. Where's my freaking campaign book? God damn it.
It's
So kind of
still.
contained within the courtyard, within the walls, is this thick blue mist.
Oh, missed. Can I do an Arcana check on that mist?
You can certainly roll it. I have to figure out if Arcana check is appropriate, but I'm looking right now.
Ask Orvix if he's ever seen anything like that before.
Can I do a nature check?
Y'all can roll all the checks you want.
That was super good.
Yeah, as a general rule, you can always roll checks. They may just not do anything. So let's see here. A 20. So this is a magical mist. You recall hearing about, I think probably back in Port Nyanzaru, you had been warned about the Mad Monkey Fever and Mad Monkey Mist, and you're pretty sure that this is that. Going into that mist risks you becoming infected with Mad Monkey Fever.
Which is a disease, right?
Mad Monkey Fever. It is magic. The fever is caused by the mist, which is magic. So I'm going to say it is magic, Sebastian. Not just like a straight disease, because there are 2 other diseases you can get in the jungles. So you don't get to avoid this one if you walk into it. You have to risk it. You're also pretty sure, Teresa, that Dispel Magic will likely get rid of at least some of this mist.
Is there anything that we can see through the mist that is interesting other than mist?
Well, there are figures moving around in there.
There's a couple of short figures kind of moving about in the mist. You can't really make out what they are.
but they probably have mad monkey fever.
That may be a reasonable assumption.
And moving on.
You don't have Dispel Magic. Cool.
What?
Hey, you never know.
Do we want to look at that building?
I don't
Sure.
have a lot of spells. So, as you guys head south, I will point out that this building to your east appears to be a large and ruined bazaar. Bazaar.
It's
Sorry.
bizarre.
Well, I definitely want to go there at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, we should take a look at that.
So I'm gonna
I
say
mean,
you're
do we want to go to the building south first, or do we want to go to the bazaar first? Do we want to go to the building that's south at all?
If we're going to go to the building to the south, I would say we do it first.
That's
I'm
what I
not
was thinking.
dead set on going there if we just really want to go straight to the bazaar.
I mean, if we get there and there's nothing, we can just turn around and leave. But it
Right.
looks vaguely like a small shrine to me.
We could try checking that small building.
Okay, so check the building first, then go to the bazaar.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
cool. Somebody roll me a d100. This building is God. You guys are really good at rolling
I'm
out.
finding assassin vines.
You're really good at finding those. And I swear to God, it's only 11 of the possible 100 options, and you found it almost every time. Yep. This building has, you can make out, looking in the door, those of you that have dark vision, which I think is a fair number of you, you can make out that there are definitely more assassin vines in that building. It's almost like somebody in Omu should call a plant specialist, because this place is full of assassin vines.
Call it god dang landscaper.
Yep. Don't you have a bunch of mad monkey fruit?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that can also cause the mad monkey fever, but yeah, anyway.
Well, details, schmetails.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
So, yeah, go. Well, I guess we're gonna go to the bazaar then.
It's like a callback from session 2.
Yeah.
Well, that's the silver coin was like session 3 or 4.
It was all in that temple, right? The temple that you guys ran through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Temple of Tamora, random side quest I threw in there.
Actually, I think that might be session 2.
That was session 3, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 3.
Okay. So that was fun. I like how we have enough sessions that we actually have to think about that. That's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah, okay, so I think, what is it? It's 10:38. I'm going to take a quick break, and then we will do the bazaar.
Alright.
So about maybe like 5 minutes, and then I will do it up.
It's
Okay.
still just
The Wall Street Journal has like little clips on YouTube about it too.
That are actually really good.
Yeah,
and
they're
The
really
Economist.
I should probably look at it, because given what I do, that may become an issue at some point. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, they're really interesting. It's also a total perfect scam.
it sounds like both. Like, I think it... Yeah, it sounds like, A, I get it. B, I also think it sounds like complete bullshit at the same time, so I don't know. Okay, so to bring us back to Dragons and Dungeons, well, we're not playing Tunnels and Trolls. I kind of want to get a copy of Tunnels and Trolls now. Anyway, so you guys want to go to the bazaar?
yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
I'm losing my mind. Slowly but surely it's happening. So,
Whoa. You just noticed?
yeah, right? It's happening. It's happening. the amount of conversations I've had this week that have been circular, I think it's bleeding into my personal
Your brain.
So anyway, you guys approach this structure. It's a derelict market hall. The roof is still intact, but inside it's basically a warren of stalls and awnings that have degraded over time. There's kind of one central alleyway, and this whole building is probably about 100 feet wide. So you can choose how you want to explore it. Or not.
They're all
You can do
empty.
whatever you want.
They're just like empty stalls, though.
Yeah, most of them are empty. It looks like whenever this was a going concern, like everything else in this city, that was at least 100 years ago. So there are some stalls still have piles of basically moldering goods that you can't even really tell what they are anymore because they're overgrown with plants and fungus and rat warrens and what have you.
The good stuff.
Imagine 28 days later times 12 times 100.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
I want to look around and see if there's any like magical ammunition that would have survived, or maybe some studded leather, or anything that I could use.
Sure. Just
That's
as a
shit.
as a general question, I need to get everybody's. What are your all passive perceptions, just so I know?
Mine is 16.
Okay.
14.
13.
10.
Cool. So as you all poke around, Kellic, I don't think you really find anything usable in here. After about 3 or 4 minutes of kind of traipsing around the stalls, you notice there is a tripwire across one of the stalls, leading back into the darkness.
I'll tell everybody to stop.
I've stopped.
And yeah, there's traps. And I will. Is there any way that I can try and disarm it without thieves' tools?
Yeah. Once you've actually seen the tripwire,
Just step over it.
yeah, you can either disarm it or step over it. It's not a cunningly hidden tripwire. It's just meant if somebody stumbles through it. You find a little bit beyond it. There's a catapult, like a small catapult, with a clay pot loaded into its.
Does it look like it's set up for a while?
Yeah, it's pretty fresh.
Oh,
And the
Like-
pot, as soon as I can find things. Yeah, it
does
has
it look like? Does
Go
it look like if we step beyond it that something like there's just more stuff behind it, or does it look like it's just the tripwire?
there's
Is there
definitely
anything like above? Or...
yeah, there's definitely you can make out now that you're aware of it. There is a faint trail leading, kind of a cleared space leading further back into the darkness of this bazaar.
But it looks clear for the most part.
Out of curiosity, do these tracks look like they are either undead, primordial, or from a monstrosity?
No particular reason, just
Ah.
out of curiosity.
What is a tracking roll in 5th edition?
I think it's nature or survival. No, it's survival.
In
Advantage on wisdom survival checks to track your favorite enemies, as well as intelligence checks to recall information about them.
So give me a roll at advantage for survival. Is that? I don't even see it on here. Wisdom survival.
God.
Am I just blind?
It's like at the bottom.
Yeah,
you have to
it's
open your.
right off the edge of the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that's the second time I've had a nat 20 on a tracking roll.
Yeah. From what you can tell, these don't appear. These tracks, they're three-toed feet. You don't glean anything really further, but they're small tracks, smaller than a human's. So it's a smaller creature. Mechanically, I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna have you roll tracking checks at advantage, and if it is one of the things you have advantage on, I'm gonna take the advantage roll and tell you. If it's not, I'm just gonna give you the result of the lower roll. Does that make sense?
Sure.
shouldn't it just if he doesn't have advantage, shouldn't it just be the first of the two since it shows them in order in the chat?
Yeah, that makes sense too.
That way, because otherwise you're
Yeah.
getting him disadvantage when he doesn't have.
Yeah, it's either advantage or disadvantage, lol.
That's true. So just, yeah, the first roll was a 10. So this is not a monstrosity, undead, or the other thing that you said. Underdark?
Primordial.
Primordial.
Undead, monstrosity, or primordial.
So it is none of those.
Okay.
It's just weird because if I say you have advantage, I'm giving you information that you wouldn't. I'll think about it. I'll think about
Yeah,
it.
no, that's fine.
Because, like, yeah. Anyway. So no, it is not one of those things, but these tracks do extend further into the darkness following this trail.
Cool. Oh, look at that. I have a proficiency in wisdom saving throws. That's nifty.
I mean, you do have a pretty kickin' wisdom score too.
Well, yeah, but I also have advantage. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like there was something that, like, would tell me the numbers of them. I don't know. Never mind. Moving on. So I'll point out the tracks, and, like, I mean, I don't know what they are, but I'll just point them out and say, like, hey, you know, there's something here that was going this direction. We could follow it and see if we could figure out what's going on here. It has to be something intelligent. It set up a trap.
And I roll to see if I know what it is. Would that be survival?
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody could do a tracking check, which is just survival. So, you don't know anything more than Kellic.
Okay.
It's the short way to answer that. Sebastian, there's footsteps.
Yeah.
You can see them. They're there.
Is good tracks.
You walk up and go, yep, that's a trail.
Like, oh, what a nifty trail.
I love it when you have like group roles for stuff like this. Teresa, you don't actually see the trail, but everybody else
She's
can.
like, I don't see a trail. Yeah, totally. There's totally a trail. Yeah.
But Teresa, you're like, oh yeah, no, yep, totally, yeah, no, that's a trail. Side glance. Nobody.
So are we going to follow the trail then?
Yeah.
I want to look. Is there anything in that clay pot that's on the catapult?
It's definitely sealed.
burst it open, just throw it on the ground.
Yeah, no.
That
I'm gonna
might
pick
not
it
be
up
the best
and I'm
idea.
gonna take it with me.
I'm gonna shake it to see if it's ticking or rumbling. Okay, yeah, you have a pot.
They're meant to explode.
For reference, can you just roll me a d8?
A D8, certainly.
That was so good.
Okay, cool. I need to write a note down. Where'd my note cards go?
Might just be what type it is.
I swear to God, I have a stack of note cards around here. There they are.
When it's 1 or 8, it's like you probably don't want to.
Yeah, it's true.
You want to be in between.
No, it is randomly determined what's in these, so I just needed to know what it was. Okay, yep. Cool. Got it. Thank you. So you have that pot. That sealed pot.
Nice. All right. Well, shall we follow the trail?
Yep.
Is there if I did an investigation check or something in there? Is there anything else that would be interesting? Here, I'll just do that, and then you could tell me that. Probably not.
Can I check to see if there might be any? I'm drawing a blank here. Did we check to see if there are any more recent signs, or is that the tracks?
That's the tracks.
Okay.
So the catapult, the pot, the tracks are all recent enough that they are not overgrown. Because anything that stays put here for an arbitrary amount of time will just kind of get disappeared under the rain, because you're still in a rainforest, right? So stuff's not gonna last long. Cool. So as you guys go deeper,
Oh, I want to investigate really quick to see if there's any writing or anything on the catapult. Or anything around it.
Yeah, so investigating the catapult, it's pretty crude, but also kind of ingenious, given that it's just made out of bits of detritus in the area. It's pretty impressively engineered, given that it doesn't look like any advanced tools were used to make it, like the way it's lashed together from boards and stuff. You can still quite clearly see that, had you pulled that tripwire, this thing would have definitely worked, to a degree that maybe you would not have expected from something that looks ramshackle at the beginning. Just keep rolling under that passive perception, man. So what are you percepting?
I was looking for secret doors.
Right now there are no secret doors that you can discern. I love how any way you answer that question sounds so loaded. So you don't detect any secret doors in the vicinity of that catapult. The trail kind of continues further into this ramshackle place. If you guys choose to go deeper, what order or how are you looking at doing that?
I should probably go first, since I have the highest perception and I also have a resistance to trap damage.
I like this plan.
Go after.
Let me be in the middle of the pack.
With this being said, I'm also going to cast Pass Without a Trace, so I'm going to try and be sneaky.
Okay. Are you... So then, to find out where y'all are at, you would all have to make stealth rolls and add 10, so I know what your relative level of stealth is.
So I have 22. So does Yaza. Teresa has 23. Sebastian has 10.
Oof.
Okay, so your group stealth roll is 10. Because the lowest stealth roll.
Way to fuck it up.
Well, yeah, wow. So much
I'm just
disparity.
clanking around in the armor.
Clunk, clunk, clunk. Are you,
Trips and like knocks all of us over at once.
this is just like a bad sequence in a show where everybody else is like really, really quiet and Sebastian just knocks over like 4
Dude, this
urns.
is like the most Scooby-Doo moment we've ever had. Like, we're all creeping along, and Scooby in the back, or not even Scooby, Shaggy in the back is just like, "Ruh-roh, Shaggy!"
Just are you trying to bring your mounts in, or are you leaving them outside?
Oh, I leave mine outside to keep watch, so it can alert me telepathically, like if anything's about to come in behind us.
Yeah, I'm not bringing mine with me because, yeah, that would be very stealthy.
Yeah, and I think just because I've completely forgotten about them until now, I'm going to say that Iku and Orvex are just chilling with the mounts. Just for the sake of we have enough people here, and yeah.
And we're about to fight.
Well, also, I don't know if you're about to fight.
Yeah, you.
No, I actually really don't. Anyway, I'm really good at remembering NPCs tonight. Oh boy. So you guys continue onward after about another 30 or 40 feet of picking through all of this stuff. Kellic, you notice that there's a crude pressure plate that looks like it is connected to a bunch of loose rocks and pottery shards suspended in a net from the ceiling.
Okay, well, is there a way that we can just step around it? Or is it like taking up the whole middle of the road? Or the path?
You can definitely kind of disarm it and lower it if you want to. Again, it's pretty crude. More meant to catch somebody who's completely unaware than necessarily a masterpiece of engineering. Like, as soon as you see the pressure plate, you can see like, oh, if I just kind of jigger it up and grab the rope, I can just lower the rocks.
Okay, well, I'll just do that then.
Cool.
Do I need to do like a sleight of hand check or
Nope.
something?
Specifically, you don't need to, because that's how it's written. Cool. To carry on.
Yes.
Awesome. As you get to probably about the middle of this building from your supreme ranger estimation of distance skills, you notice one more of those tripwire catapult contraptions, and behind it looks like there are steps kind of going down into probably some storage cellar or basement to this building.
Okay, well, I'll point out the tripwire to everybody else, and then I'll go take the. Is there another like clay pot on the?
Yep, there's another pot.
I'll just take that off as well.
Can you roll me another d8?
There, I got in the middle.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Uh-oh.
Okay, cool. Awesome. You hear mild sounds coming from the inside of this pot that's sealed shut. And by
How did
sealed
I know there was going to be something in there when you started giggling?
because it's just when you read what it is, it's amazing. I just love it.
Or throw a pixie at someone or some shit. It's going to be great.
Oh, I still have the thing on my shoulder. Don't
Okay,
touch
continue.
it.
Oh yeah, the chingua. Yeah, it's still just kind of hanging out, playing with your hair. So yeah, you've got that pot. So I guess even if you did activate the catapult now, it would just go thwud and not do anything. there's a stairwell going down, and another pathway continues leading off in the opposite direction. So this this pathway you've been following with the traps on it, it looks like it leads to this doorway.
So the actual tracks keep going down through that doorway?
They go in all three directions. They go kind of to the north of the bazaar, the south of the bazaar, and down into the cellar.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna like point out the little stairway to everybody. I would want to go down the stairway.
Because it could be an entrance to the Underdark.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm game.
Yeah.
Okay, I am just writing some notes down about something.
Stop! I'm trying to click. Stop.
Trying to click. I'm trying to do stuff, guys.
It's so interesting sharing theater. Like,
Okay, cool. Sorry, just finish writing notes about your other pot.
Oh, so I knew there was something. So, as we're still in a forest, right?
Kind of. What are you trying to do?
So while tracking other creatures, this is Natural Explorer if we're in a forest. While tracking other creatures, you also learn their exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Well, traveling for an hour or more in that. Okay, sorry.
I mean, we've been in Omu like way more than an hour.
I would assume you'd have to be like tracking the creatures for an hour, but
Oh, okay. That's probably a valid point.
Gonna say these are. I'm gonna meet you halfway. How about that? After watching these tracks for the past few minutes, you're pretty sure these are some sort of scalykin, which is some sort of draconic creature. They are based on the footprints. You're pretty sure they're small-sized creatures. As far as how many there are, it's probably at least a dozen. The challenge being that the tracks crisscross, go back and forth, and there are so many of them, and going in multiple directions, that there's definitely many of them. And like I said, it's at least a dozen. But you can't really tell beyond that.
Okay. I mean, there's one thing that I get to do in this game. It's fucking finding people or finding things. Like, I'm gonna take advantage of it when I get to.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it says when tracking for an hour, so I'm kind of going. I feel like I'm going
And
halfway.
shoot things with your bow.
Huh?
And shoot things with your bow.
Yeah.
And shoot things with my bow. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm still like wanting to go down the stairs though.
And fly and bird blink at things.
Definitely bird blink. Can't forget that.
You can also forage twice as much food as usual.
Yeah, I can also make good berries too. So. We ever actually ran out of food.
I got caught up in like a multi-page discussion about how forage and another hunter ability or another ranger ability work together. Anyway. Y'all going down? Yeah, I think that's a yes.
Yes.
yeah.
I preloaded this map. I just have to find it again.
I thought I saw a Lord Gar.
Yeah, I just have so many maps that it can be mildly challenging. to figure out where. There it is. Got it. Yeah,
You do not
no.
own any token with vision in this scene.
Well, we'll get there. I'm just double checking. Yes, yes.
Boy, it's all dark in here.
Oh, shit.
Roll for wow.
Okay, so Teresa's in the middle. Kellick's in front. Yaza and Sebastian. Who wants to be between Kellick and who wants to be behind Teresa?
I believe Yaza is behind Kellick, and I'm in the back making all the noise.
Yep.
Okay. Did that work?
Looks
Yeah.
like it.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So the tracks lead down into this cellar. This particular room in the cellar is dark. So anybody who has night vision or dark vision should be able to see. I think it's just Teresa that doesn't.
I thought Teddy was the only one that didn't have
Yeah,
night
I'm
vision.
a lot of freaking torch. Well, actually, no. I can. Do I want to waste a spell slot? Because I can cast dark vision on myself.
Well, so the other thing is if it's dark and things are using dark vision, they can't see me at all. So I'm like uber sneaky in the dark.
I think I'll do it. I'll cast dark vision on myself.
Okay, let me just adjust your token. Vision. Dark vision. Does that just give you 60 feet of dark vision?
Yes. Lasts for 8 hours.
Okay, I'm just getting that on your token. Hopefully you can see now. So you guys are in a cramped stairway that goes down. Somehow I perfectly managed to size it for 4 people, so that's nice for me. Kellick, as you get to the end of the stairwell and into this hallway, there's a door to either side of you. They are both closed right now.
Does either door look like it has more wear on it?
I mean, they're both beaten to hell. But no, neither stands out as particularly more or less used.
Can I like put my ear up to one and see if I can hear any noises through like this one?
Sure. Give me a perception roll. You hear some faint kind of shifting or shuffling sounds from beyond that door.
Okay. Well, I'll do the same thing to this other door.
You don't hear anything behind that door.
Okay. I will open this door then.
Cool. As you walk into this room, it looks to be a pretty empty cellar. The walls are all cracked and crumbling and shored up with various wooden beams. There's chunks where the masonry has fallen out, to the point that like there's potentially small or tiny creatures could probably like fit into some of those cracks. Above you in the ceiling you can see there is another rigged, basically a stonefall mechanism in the top of this ceiling, kind of like suspended
right in front of me.
Yeah, like in the middle of the room. There's no obvious activation for it, but there are rocks suspended, or something kind of in canvas and burlap suspended from the top of the ceiling.
Okay. Well, any secret doors?
No, there are no secret doors in this room.
Okay, well, I will move right here and here.
I will reiterate, the walls are so crumbled that it's like
Barely
they're
standing up.
well, they're barely standing up. They're short up, and there are little passageways that seem to go out of the room. Some of them, like, I don't know, imagine a wall that's crumbled, and some of them you can't really see much into them. Like, some of them just seem to be the wall fell down. Some of them seem to go back and curve away.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's another door
I'll
to
go
the north.
look.
There are 2 torches lit in this room.
Okay. I'm just gonna listen at that door, see if there's any sounds.
Yeah, you hear some scritching and walking sounds.
I want to try and disarm this trap, the rockfall trap. Is there any way that I can see to disarm it?
You could basically, like, cut apart the rope, and it would cause all the rocks to fall down.
That would probably be loud. I'll just warn everybody not to go under it. So I'll go right over here to the hallway and tell everyone, like, hey, there's a rockfall trap in the middle of the room. Like, don't go near it.
Understood.
So that green circle is roughly the area affected by it.
Okay. Is there anything that I can see that's distinctive about the torches? Like, is there anything weird with them, or are they just regular-ass torches in the wall?
Nope, they just look like regular-ass torches.
Okay. Alright, well, I will... I feel like I'm gonna drop this fucking rocks on my head when I open this door. But trap resistance, so we're gonna do it anyway. So I'm gonna open that door.
Sure. The door opens onto another room from where you are. You can see a few torches on the far side of the wall.
Slowly walk out.
You also notice, as you come into the room and look around, this room also seems to have another tarpaulin from the ceiling with obviously something suspended by it. There's a grate to your east, leading to, it looks like a pool of water, and a room beyond that has, maybe it's an old cistern or something, but most of the room beyond has a couple of feet of water in it. And then, see, as you're moving up, you can see in the room to the west, there are 4 small, weird dragon-looking creatures. These are kobolds that you can see in the room beyond. And the 4 ones over there can all see you and are aware of you and are just kind of watching what you're doing.
Hold on.
I'm imagining you bird blinking at them while they dragon blink at you.
Yeah, I mean, that's not far off, let's be honest here. Oh. Well, I'll kind of like slowly point them out to the group and ask if anyone knows Draconic or if they know how to speak to kobolds. would I recognize them as kobolds? I'm
Yeah.
assuming I would from my adventures.
Yeah. I mean, kobolds are not... Everybody kind of knows what kobolds are.
Okay.
Unless you've been living under a rock, I guess. I don't know. Yes, but they are very obviously kobolds. Which are small, draconic creatures that most people find to be a nuisance or annoying.
Okay.
Trying to find where my languages are.
They should...
Under your attributes, your languages.
You know Common, Draconic, and one other language, Teresa.
I only know.
I must be blind. Where's the language at?
So in your...
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Well, would
Common,
you like to
Draconic,
speak with
and
them?
Infernal. Where are they? I haven't come in the room yet.
If you come up into the room a little further, they're off on our left, down the hallway.
Oh, okay. I see them.
And let's see here, Kellic and Teresa. So the kobold furthest away from you is on a little raised dais. It is also there's a bunch of like coins and cups and mugs and like it almost looks like kind of a pathetic dragon's hoard. It's the best way to describe it. And this one kobold is sitting on it, just kind of boredly but interestedly at the same time, just kind of watching you guys from his or its apparent perch. And for what it's worth, the ceilings in this place are about 8 feet high. So it's a pretty... Well, it's not that low, but it's not a huge space.
Oh,
Well,
So I guess I can translate if you want to ask some questions.
oh, I'm like the least charismatic person on the face of the earth. Like, you should talk.
maybe they know where the other shrines are.
Yeah, maybe we're in one. Who knows?
As a point of attributes, Yaza and Sebastian are both pretty charismatic.
So's Yaza.
Super. Yeah.
Oh, I said
Yeah,
Yaza. Sorry if that didn't come through.
Yeah.
I was just gonna try and greet them and get them to tell us stuff, but I don't know if you guys want to ask a specific question.
Well, like, their charismatic roles wouldn't matter because you're the one talking, that they would actually understand. So, well, I'm assuming they would understand you. We could try talking to them in common. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, how
Kelly.
does that work? Like, if there's an interpreter?
How would an interpreter work? I guess you'd have to use the... We'd probably have to figure it out. Like, if you were trying to do something really charismatic, we'd have to discuss, like, how it's going. It'd probably depend on the situation, right? Like, somebody who's happy to talk to you already would probably be more open even with a uncharismatic translator, whereas I think it would kind of just all depend. I don't know.
Just depends on what you do, what you say, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Like, my gut reaction is to just, try and roleplay it, however, and if you feel like you don't know how to roleplay it and you just want to tell me what you're trying to communicate and do a charisma roll, fine. But I would say if you want to try and be charismatic in actual role-playing, that's probably more fun, as opposed to just like, I roll a charisma to see if I do this. But that's just, I don't know. Whatever's more
That's
fun
why
for
I was
people.
wondering, because I had some ideas. That's why I was wondering, okay, would it matter or not?
I mean, fundamentally, the abilities are all there for you to be able to use to accomplish things as a character, not as a player, right? Because, like, you could have a non-charismatic actual player play a charismatic person. Anyway, Kellic, you do notice one more of those ceiling trap mechanism thingies in the other room. Just that's that other green circle I revealed.
Okay.
So just letting you know.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over and ask Teresa if she can head like up a little bit further with me, just so that way they can clearly see us. Kind of like over here. I don't know. This is like weird the way that this page is working. But let's just say we're there in the middle. I'm not going into their room.
All right.
Just go into the
And
doorway.
just to the doorway, and I'm going to curtsy, and I'm going to say, we just are moving along. We did not realize this was your home.
And the other kobolds, not the main one, are just kind of looking back and forth between the big kobold and you guys as you talk, just to let you know. Always kind of scoping out the situation. The head kobold goes, well, you've certainly found our home, and disarmed a few of our traps. What brings you here? And he's speaking in common to you.
I will reply in Draconic. Greetings, worshippers of the great scaled ones. We are explorers seeking the master of this place. We were given an invitation. And we stumbled across this.
We don't have the invitation anymore, by the way.
Yeah, but I didn't know that out of character, but I could still play it here.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay, Kakarol, sorry, well, his name's Kakarol, because I just said it. So the head, or what appears to be the chieftain here, he kind of, as you start speaking in Draconic, he gives this weird kind of high-pitched barking, coughing sound, which you're pretty sure is actually kind of a laugh from a kobold, because they don't quite communicate the same way. And he says, Master of Omu, which Master of Omu? That claim is disputed.
Who is the...
I'm just... Are you going to tell me, Teresa, or are you just keeping it yourself?
Oh, Kakarol's speaking in common.
Oh, so he's still speaking common. I thought he went to Draconic when she started speaking.
From the back, Kellic will just pipe up and be like, we seek Rosin C.
Okay, sorry. What is Kellic doing?
Kellic just pipes up in the back, like, doesn't give a shit what anyone else is saying, and just says, we seek Rosin C.
And then, Sebastian, what did you say?
And are wondering who else claims to be Master of Omu.
Who are the claimants?
Yeah, who are the claimants?
So Kakarol gives that little barking, weird coughing laugh thing again, and says, well, Raz certainly thinks that he rules this place. There is also the Master of the Tomb. He claims to rule it, and there are wizards that think that they're going to rule it, so there are many who think that they are the ruler. I suppose you could say maybe we're the true rulers. We've been here longer. And then he kind of does that barking laugh again.
Kellic will just say, well, we've already killed one king while we've been here, and we seek to kill another.
And
I will put my hand up and say, "Listen none to the Birdman. He is but a peasant."
I really want to throw the pot with the thing in it at her.
Oh my gosh. I am not responsible for TPKs caused by the party fighting itself.
Oh.
Catgirl turns his head to the side and says, "Oh, are you the ones that killed the King of Feathers?"
Yeah.
Hmm. Did he have any treasures? And you can see kind of a greedy glint in Catgirl's eye as he says this. Or at least probably Teresa and Yaza can. I don't know if Kellic and Sebastian are close enough.
Does Yaza know? Was I there?
No, you weren't there. Actually, I think only Sebastian and I were there, and Teddy. But Teddy's not here.
I think you're wearing the only treasure. Well, no. What you got? You got the helm. You got
The mask. That like decorated mask.
Yeah. So you found a mixed bag of stuff.
Yeah.
The book with the
Oh yeah, the Omuan like stories. The like decorated Omuan storybook. I mean, I don't really want to tell him, so I just say no. Actually, no, I'd just stay silent. I don't think I'd say anything. Just like bird blink at him.
Okay.
So we're all just gonna be quiet.
I mean, somebody could ask if it's worth it or worth anything to him, I guess.
Well, if you believe that you're possibly the true claimant, are you looking to rid of the other claimant?
And the other kobolds look to Kakarol, and he just kind of looks at you quizzically for a moment and says, "We're not going to fight them directly. That would be suicide, but I wager we'll be here long after they and you have all done whatever it is you think you can accomplish. So, my question for you is, you've come into our home. I am willing to let you leave unless there is some benefit to both of us in interacting with each other further."
If you do not believe we can be of help to you, then it seems we might just be on our way.
I'll actually ask him if he could tell us the locations of any of the shrines of Omu.
So he considers this and says, "I can certainly trade information for something of equal value." And he glances at the kind of comical horde underneath him.
Well, I'll ask him how many shrines could he tell us the location of if we were to have an item of sufficient value.
He thinks for a minute, and he gets this look where you think he thinks he's being very sly when he says this, but it's not very sly, and he says, "Ah, well, the cost of each shrine is 25 gold pieces, or something of similar value." Rio types furiously.
I'm looking something up.
And
That's
you get the impression that he thinks he has just made a masterful bargain.
Okay. Will.
That's a ripoff.
I mean, I'm gonna go back to like I think the first session, and I'll just we need how many more? 4 more, right?
5 more.
5 more. I'll just tell him I will give you 50 gold to tell us the 5 remaining locations.
And he thinks about this and says, And you see him kind of trying to do math in his head. That's no. 115.
um.
If you call it an even 100, we have a deal.
It's fine. And
I'll give him 100 gold piece.
cool. So he gestures, and one of his guys here comes up to you to take the gold, or puts his hand out to take the gold, and he comes up pretty cautiously. Like, he's not coming up like, I'm gonna attack you. He kind of like scuttles forward, eyeing you very suspiciously, and just kind of holds out one tiny clawed hand.
And while he's there, I have my hand like on my sword, just in case. Like, I have it kind of like on it while I'm handing him the gold.
Cool.
But like at a relaxed. It doesn't look like I'm ready to attack or anything, but just kind of like chilling there.
What the hell? Cat, stop eating the couch. It's a couch. You can't eat a couch. The cat
Which is
says,
what I've had pretty much the whole time.
Yeah. So this one guy, and he's got kind of like this weird basket strapped to his back full of a bunch of tiny pots. He grabs the gold and kind of backs away from you for a step, and then scuttles back and gives it to the head guy. And then in Draconic, Teresa, you understand this. You hear Kakarol shout, "Elbow! Come!" And from that doorway to the north, another kobold, another one with a bunch of, he's got some like weird ramshackle scroll cases and stuff with him, and some, again, he has a weird basket full of those little clay pots. He comes out and looks to Kakarol and looks at you guys. Kakarol says in Draconic to him, the map of Omu. Get it out. We're showing them the shrines." And Ilbo says, "Oh, okay." And he rummages through all of his stuff, and he kind of tentatively kind of inches up, staying by the wall here, and goes through a few different scrolls and finally pulls out a very crude map of Omu. And says, what are we showing them? The shrines. You're showing them where the shrines are. And he just picks out on the map where they are, and I'll reveal them on the overview map once we get back to it. And then so I'm assuming you guys record that in some way.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have it down. I was trying to see. I thought I had a cartography kit, but I guess not. I don't know. I can't. But I'll have some kind of sheet of paper.
Well, we have our map somewhere, right?
Well, I mean, we've got the map of Choltz. I don't think we have a enlarged map of just Omu. But I'm sure somebody can make a reasonable enough copy of their map.
Because on my character sheet, I don't have like, you know, like the kids stuff that we have. I don't see it on there at all.
Let me go see what DDB has. I'm just cross-referencing.
Yeah.
How many tools can I open at once? There is Yaza. There she is. Inventory. No, let's just go to the character sheet. That would be equipment. Inventory. Oh, because it automatically like pops it all out. Okay. Have a good night, Teresa. Take care.
Alright, see you later.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, if anybody has like paper and something to write with, you can functionally record it.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure one of us still is.
If anything, Teresa has probably lots
Yeah.
of paper.
Yeah. So
What with
I was just
having,
wondering because I thought I put in like, but I don't see it anywhere in D&D Beyond. They don't have any of the kids or.
yeah, I'm not gonna try and like do a gotcha moment on nobody has a piece of paper in their inventory. It's a bit late in the campaign to.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Cool.
Well,
So you
I was
guys,
just hoping like if I had like a cartography kit, like I could really copy it down. You know what I mean?
I'll say their map is rough enough that it's like their map is not a a masterpiece. It is a Kobolds scritching of the city that's sufficient enough for them.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. It's
'cause
like, yeah, you can get the gist basically.
They also live here, right? They don't really need a map of Omu at this point. They're kobolds that live in Omu. It's not that big. It's like you probably don't need a map of where you live necessarily. But he points out on the map. You guys copy it down, and I'll review it, or I'll reveal it on the Omu map where the other shrines are.
Perfect.
And then once you're done, Ilbo kind of backs away. Or I guess Teresa knows his name is Ilbo, but nobody else does. And he kind of disappears back into that northern room. And the rest of the kobolds are all kind of blinking and watching you. The head one says to you guys, "Well, that was pleasingly profitable. Are there any other information you'd be willing to trade for? Perhaps information about the shrines or about any of the other residents of the city?" And you can again see the kind of glint of greed in his eye.
Kind of think we can figure out the rest for ourselves.
I'm not. This is not a broke as a joke. But would you be open to possibly having us return if need be? A similar type of exchange.
I'm sorry, my voice isn't working. So I don't know if I can do that again right now. He says, yes, if you... Nope, can't do it. Something's wrong with my throat now. Too much high-pitched scratchiness. Yeah, he agrees, like, basically if you come back to the bazaar, they always have eyes. This is their home, so if you guys come back, with the same openness to trade and barter, they are more than willing to continue the agreement.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much. I think that is all for now. And then I'll like curtsy and I'll go around the trap again.
The only other thing I'll ask is,
I just said bye.
I know. Kellic doesn't give a shit if you just said bye.
Sebastian, as you walk in, you see a scaled figure kind of ducking into one of those very tiny openings in the wall.
Uh-huh.
And you also see a couple of figures dart out and close the opposite door that you... So basically creatures like... There were a couple other kobolds in here that all just darted away as you started walking back out. If that makes sense.
It does.
I'll just ask him, like, are there any tasks which you need doing?
He thinks about this. Let's see here. He basically says, we have survived well enough on our own, but I think we would be most interested if you find any treasure that we haven't managed to find. We would be happy to trade it for more information to help whatever your goals are. And again, you see that this is like he keeps glancing at his sad little horde, and looking at you guys, and you can almost just see that to him, you guys just look like a dollar sign. To like.
All right. Well, Kellic will just kind of like bird blink at him for a second, shrug, and walk out.
Okay. Cool. Assuming you guys just head out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me pop open Omu.
That was a killer fight.
Hey, it was useful. All right.
It was really useful.
I could have just shot him in the face. I was restrained.
Hey, so like I said, I had no idea if you guys were gonna fight or not. I mean,
That's like Alex last night.
Fight.
Being the DM for the other campaign, there's a specter in our house, and we walked in, and she was like, I swear I thought you guys were going to fight it. And, like, my character's literally talking to it, and it doesn't talk back. My character's just continually talking at it. And asking it for drinks, even though it doesn't have anything to pour.
let's see here. Okay, I think I've done it. Okay, just trying to get my controls to work. So I've revealed a bunch of numbers on the map. So pretty much the 5 numbers on the other side of the water. So 16, 18, 8, and 9. No, I'm sorry, 8 and 6. From the top, going south, 16, 18, 8, 9, and 6. Those are the other shrines.
9 or 19?
16,
19. We already did 9.
18, 8, 19, and 6.
Got it. Cool. Well,
So they're all...
other than 19, those are kind of what I thought was going to be shrines, so that's cool.
So now you can see, yes, they are all distinctive in their own way. Yep. 19 isn't, but yeah.
That's why I wouldn't have recognized 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do we want to go see what it was that fell off the cliff?
I think we want to call the session.
Yeah, before. Sorry.
Yeah, probably. I guess just for my notes, or for my prep for next session, do you guys want to go look at the people that fell out of the sky?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I figured that'd be the next place we went.
cool. Because then I can actually like focus on prepping some of that. Because yeah, as you can see, there's stuff all over this city, so knowing what to prep is kind of. I assume you guys can get it like 2 numbers in a session, if that makes any sense.
It's about right. I mean,
We did like 1.5 because we did like a non-numbered encounter that we got a
Yeah,
really
yeah.
interesting item, and then an actual number.
You guys are definitely making some progress here. And obviously there's the giant palace complex that is kind of in the middle of all the shrines that are left.
I still kind of want to check out this like pyramid ziggurat deal
Well, we can
at some
certainly
point.
do that.
I will say, as you guys come out of the bazaar and into the daylight, there is very obviously a scroll placed under a rock in the middle of the doorway. Not a magic scroll, just like a written scroll. And I think that is where we will end it, with opening that up at the beginning of next session. So thank you all. That timed out perfectly.
yeah, thank you for running.
Thanks, Graham.
Thank you, Graham.
Yay. Okay, cool. I'm gonna hit the
Now
button.
you might want to update Foundry before Saturday.